go through rehabilitation so that he could regain as much independence as possible and as much mobility. He ran for Congress at a time when, and even in this day and age, how you look is important. And even though his face was disfigured, he ran for Congress and his slogan was, "Not another pretty face." He went on, fell in love, got married. A friend of his took him white water rafting one day. He fell in love with it. And that became his latest adrenaline rush and hobby. Now, what's the message in this story? I think he said it best. He said, before these accidents, there were 10,000 things I could do. After the accidents, there were 9,000 things I could do. And I'm a choice as to whether I choose to look at the 1,000 things I can't do or to look at the 9,000 that I can do. Your gift is needed also, and we all need to bring that gift forward. And it starts with awareness. It is just the thought away. You see, as beautiful as our human identity is, we have a greater source that is even more beautiful. That source is spirit. Gaze upon the pure awareness of your inner spirit. Claim your divinity. I invite you to dare to be your royal self. Where's that awareness? Just a thought away. Dare to be yourself. Let that wind of God, let that wind of the Spirit of God fill the sails of your unique ship. Let that move you. Let it take you where your soul would have you go. When we think about the Beatles, many of us know that the Beatles, they were turned down as they went from record company to record company to try and have their records produced. If they didn't listen to that inner voice, if they didn't listen to the wisdom within them that told them they had something to share with the world, they would have walked away. But after the 5th or 6th record company, Capitol Records, picked them up. Sir Richard Attenborough, and many of you may be familiar with him, he was the producer of that movie a number of years or decades ago about Mahatma Gandhi. It wasn't easy. It took him 18 years to get that movie made. 18 years. He had challenges getting the financing. He had challenges lining up people behind him that could make it happen. But he stayed there and he did it. And afterwards, walking up on the stage to accept the Academy Award and the various Oscars that he was able to accept. All of that simply confirmed to him how the universe confirmed that his energy had been well spent. How it rewarded him for listening to that inner voice. The universe will do everything to how it rewarded him for listening to that inner voice. The universe will do everything to fulfill your heart's desires. However, we have a part in it also. Our job is to cooperate. Our job is to listen to that divine voice. Our job is to abide by the wisdom that is seeking to come forth. Our job is to trust that that presence will provide the support that we need. We must keep the door open until that blessing is manifested in our lives. More often than not, it is just one more step that makes all the difference. That step is most important, but each and every step is most important. And our job is to continue taking those steps that we are led, guided, and directed to do. Our job is to maintain the integrity. And to me, integrity is the ability to follow through on a project long after the initial enthusiasm has passed. Often the idea phase of a project that we involved ourselves in, generally speaking, it is the most exciting. We're inspired. We're enthusiastic. We're willing. We're ready. And sometimes starry-eyed. And then, much to our great surprise, work sets in. We see that achieving the dream is a lot harder than we thought. It's not as easy as we envisioned. We begin to bump into unexpected challenges or setbacks. We may even encounter people who poo-poo it, who do not cooperate with the plan the way we had hoped or expected, or the way they had committed when we first started. Perseverance, not foolishness. We must be wise. We must be able to distinguish between persevering until a goal is reached and naively chasing a dream that will not come true. There are situations in which wisdom would lead us to go rather than attempt to force another person or a situation to conform to how we would like for it to look. We're not required to persevere at the expense of our happiness. And relationships are a fertile laboratory for such mistakes. Many of us know individuals, and many of us have done it ourselves, where one partner hangs in there seemingly forever, hoping, wishing, believing that the other person will come around someday. Someday. And we do it in the name of romance. The hopeful partner puts up with all kinds of abuse, all kinds of untruth, while there's little substance to the relationship outside of the dreamer's hope. Hope is a valuable commodity, but it is not a sufficient foundation for a relationship. Hope is like a pilot light on a gas stove. If there's not enough gas coming through, we may light the burner, but we may not have or won't have enough gas to make the pots hot enough to cook whatever it is we're attempting to cook. To live only in hope, that is not a healthy attitude to create a relationship or any real success in our life. True love is not blind. We also see similar misappropriations of perseverance in relationships involving addictive personalities, whether it's drugs, alcohol, or sex. And we all have known people or may have been there ourselves. But we do not help someone we love by allowing them to continue to hurt themselves and hoping they will change. We help that partner by standing on integrity rather than succumbing to fear. To persevere is to remember your purpose and let it boost you to pass beyond the so-called obstacles in life. My belief is your mission here is to be true to yourself and honor your spiritual nature. If we can, but remember this objective, we'll be guided in all of our situations. We'll know when to persevere. We'll know when to listen and to act upon that inner voice. And we'll know